screens. I thought I would actually move everything from upstairs because my upstairs was getting cluttered. I mean, cluttered to the point where it was driving me crazy. I can't stand too much clutter. It'll drive me nuts. So I had to remove all my stuff from upstairs, bring it back downstairs to the workshop so we can continue to test from down here. Anyway, I should be down here anyway because this is the max out zone. I mean, pretty much if I'm going to test out a screen, I need to see exactly how much light the screen could possibly take in. And doing those demonstrations, we got to be in an area where we're going to have a ton of ambient light. Now that thing's censored by what I'm saying. I think it is. I don't know or not. I have the light. I usually don't turn my lights on my speakers right there. So anyway, we're down here in the max out zone. There is the 106-inch Elite screen. This is the one we had upstairs. It's the gamer screen, but it's downstairs now and more light than we had upstairs. We got a Christie projector sitting over here. My projector sits 12 feet away from the screen. And like I said, watching that demonstration, come on. You got all that light blocking the window. Your meter levels are too low. This is the meters that we put down here. I told you, this is a max out zone. Meters don't read down here. It's my meter trying to focus because I'm standing in the way of the meter itself from the scanner. There we go. Let me stop shadowing the scanner. We don't shadow the scanner. If I walk in front of my scanner, which is right here, and take my hand, it'll read. If I move it away, nothing. Meters don't pick up down here. Now you see my condensed lighting? I took my screen and I raised it off the floor even higher. So that way it would have more contact with that high power fluorescent light. This is a 106-inch screen. I can turn right here to the side and that screen will pick up with no problem whatsoever. If you're going to do an ambient light rejection test, you don't do a demonstration with a window that has all these objects in it blocking as much light as possible, and the environment is dark. The wall is never supposed to be dark where that screen is hitting. It's supposed to be well lit. That's why we got the white screen center behind it to illuminate more light. And I took the screen and I raised it off the floor even higher so it would have a more, better contact with the screen. Now, once I get my other screen built, my levitating screen, will have the 126 down here. We'll have another one down there with a much bigger size than this one. So we can go from this to a much bigger size. I can jump to a 150 to 180. We're going to be doing that kind of stuff. 180 is not going to fit. Look at 180 inch might fit down here. I wonder. I never really measured this out down there if we could get 180 inch down here. But we'll find out. But anyway, that's what I did. Jump the screen so we can get a little higher up. So we can get right there next to that unit. So I'm going to play this because I actually did some changes upstairs. So yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. Having clutter downstairs like that, like I said, drives me freaking crazy. This right here now is bugging the daylights out of me. So I got to come down here with the trash bag and I got to gather whatever I need to gather up and get as much of this stuff as I don't need out of here. As long as I know if I got it clean down here, I'm good. It might look clean to you, but to me it's bugging the daylights out of me. But this is the reaction we're getting right here. So if you're going to do an ambient light rejection demonstration, you do the demonstration. You don't basically powder coat it. Let's go upstairs for a bit. That's going to be running. We got the frog tape. We're going to repaint one of the motorized projection screens. That one over there. Dry that less than a day. Should be definitely less than a day. So as you can see, we got some changes upstairs. All the clutter that I have with the projectors are gone. Got my area back to normal because I can't take that nonsense for too long. It's got to stay clean down here. Ain't that right, Taco? Having stuff piled over top of each other is nightmarish for me. All right, let's go upstairs. Got to change up my lights on my stairs next. So I did a projector swap out. You can hear it going on right now. I'm going to pop over into this room. No more shirt though on the floor. That was getting on my nerves. Having that projector sitting there is driving me nuts. So we're going to use the Sony for here for right now. So that's gone. And right now we're running my Dreamcast on my custom painted screen. This is the gunmetal by Phantom. And this is using the, we're doing a 4.3 at around 80 inches. So it'll fit my all my arcade units down here because nothing here is running at 16.9 at all, period. And then right here, I'm probably right now I got the RetroPie running through this. So I'm probably going to get an Apple TV tomorrow for this setup in here, for this one. And this is not going to fill the whole screen out because I need a certain projector to do that. I might invest. I might invest. Then again, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do it for a Chrissy and tell you the truth in the day. I might just buy a Chrissy projector, put an ultra short throw lens on it, and then set it up for this one. Let's see what we got going on with this one. This is just for the time being until I can figure out exactly what I want to put in here. That's what I love about lens shift. I have no idea what check you're talking about. You keep saying that same thing over and over again. What are you talking about, man? I hope you're not describing a projector, because I've never heard of a projector named by that before. Never. That sounds like a generic. If it ain't on our list, we don't support it. Just let you know. Do not buy that screen paint if you don't have any one of those projectors we have on the list. Scan a little bit. All right, where are you coming in at? Let me see. You're coming in under A? That's the wrong button. A or B? Let me see which one you're coming in at. I can't remember where the last place we had this at. Input. Let me see. Input. We're gonna get batteries for this thing. See out there. Oh, did we turn this thing on? That would help. Turn it on. Boy, that's noisy. So that's the RetroPie activating. Now we're going to get, like I said, I got to invest in a short throw, ultra short throw for this screen, because we don't have a lot of room in here. So right here, from here to here, using the long throw, we don't have enough room to fill the whole screen out. We can fill it out if we have a short throw or ultra short throw. I don't want to do a short throw in here, because if I do a short throw, it's going to sit in the middle of my floor, which I don't want. If I do an ultra short throw, I can be about right there from the screen and fill it out. Think about it. The screen I had downstairs was 148. We could fill that up with no problem whatsoever. So this right here is 135. We could do this easily. Let me see real quick. Make sure we got this over out. So that's what I'm gonna be looking at. That's what I'm looking at right now, to get myself a short throw projector in here. I had two of them. No, ultra short throw. Sorry, ultra short throw. Forget the ultra short throw. I'm probably just gonna get another NEC. The NEC I had in here worked perfectly, but I only have one of them, that particular model. So I have one downstairs. I need to get another one up here. So that's only going to cost me $200 to put that projector in here. Sure, menu. I gotta get batteries for this thing too. That's all set up in here. So we'll get this filled out soon. Now this right here, the 135-inch screen. This is Black Phantom right here. On 135. This is the biggest screen we had that has Black Phantom technology attached to it. That right there is gunmetal. That's the dark gray version of the Black Phantom. That's painted directly to the wall. All right. So now we got to leave out of here. We're going to the other room right here, the tech room. I put my projectors back in here. So this is the setup we're doing in here in the tech room. So we're going to be using the Sony VPO FH36 for the massive wall here. This is 155. We do multiple setups on here. So we have multiple projectors that fire off the screen. We're going to do a portrait setup on here pretty soon, because I got a computer coming in for gaming, and I'm going to be setting up for portrait gaming. For this section right here is going to be portrait, and then we're going to have two screens here, dual screens here side by side, 235.1 at the top. So the projector right here, the ViewSonic, there's 235.1. This one does picture-in-picture. This is the Sony VPO FH36. They have that option in it. Man, I figured out we're going to do the ultra short though. And then right over here we have the This is how black. I told you that when you spray this stuff on plexiglass, That's how black it comes out. You don't see jack on the other side. And this is the screen coated with that invisible phantom. This is a 3-coat application. So what happens is the app, how it's designed is it allows you to apply on how dark you want to make the screen paint. So if you want to make it lighter, you put 1 coat. You can go from 1 all the way up to 5. This is at 3. This is how dark they get at 3. You can't even see my radiator on the other end, can you? And we got our projector back up in here for the acoustic screen over here, which I'm going to be doing some gaming on right now. I just wired my system up for my speakers back in there. Look, I'm coming out of his room. That's his room back there. You know, am I bugging you? Excuse me, am I bugging you? That's the invisible technology, that black technology that showed you in the room. The one you couldn't see through the radiator on the other end. That's this technology. See how clean it comes up? This is what happens if you spray this on plexiglass. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. Where I'm going to put this at. No, period. If I didn't have the ceiling fan here, because I got a mount system. If I didn't have the ceiling fan, I would run it right across here. So if I don't want to use this screen, well then again, yeah, because it would have to slap. I would have to have it so it folds up to the ceiling and connects to a magnet. So that's how I would set it. I would build a nice square frame here, set my screen up in here, and then have it with hinges so it can lock back up and it can actually lock onto a magnet. So that way I can bring this down and I can watch an image off of this. And then when I want to watch the big screen, I just slap it back up to the top of the ceiling and watch it off the big screen. That's how I would set it up. But I got a fan there. I'm not taking the fan down. So I told you I can show you so many ways on how to build projection screens, how to mount them to your ceiling, have them where they come down and lock in place. Yeah, plexiglass. Right through plexiglass. There's so many different ways you can build screens. Like this right here. Instead of me going out and spending the money to buy a fixed frame, and keep in mind, if I build a fixed frame, I have to pull all this equipment out of here to assemble it right here, because this is a lot. I move my chair, my table, all this stuff has to be moved out of the way. So I wanted 2 big screens in here, and I didn't want to move all my furniture around. So what I did is I went over to Amazon, and those photo background stands that you see, they drape the background behind the back of it. That's what this is. It's a background frame that goes from here to here. Went and bought my material, sprayed it down, took my clamps, locked it in place, and boom, there you go. And anytime I want to, I can change it out anytime I want. Change it out to a different fabric, change it out. Oh, mesh. Forgot about that. We got that technology for invisible mesh. Yeah, I'm gonna put a mesh screen up there. Might as well. We got the freaking frame for it. Now this one was painted directly to the wall. That's the gunmetal. Gunmetals, I told you, our gunmetals are very, very dark. If you look at the gunmetal in the next room, you think it's black. No, that gunmetal is actually gray. See the screen right here? See how dark it is? Look at the speakers. Now look at the screen over here that's actually black. Now you see it. It's a dark gray screen. But our gunmetals are literally so dark they can pass as black screens. But there's actually a gray screen. That's black, that's gray. Now look at the speakers now. See the speakers? Speakers are matching the screen here, but they're not matching there. That's how we do. We look at people's video demonstrations that are faking their demonstrations, claiming that their screens are black and are actually gray. We look at their speakers. Anything in the surrounding area that has black attached to it, we look at it and go, nah, it's a gray screen. Ain't that right, Taco? Ain't that right? Commander-in-Chief, Taco. Wait, I have to turn my fan off. Pretty sure I got LED lights running through this place, huh? I don't know which ones are the LED lights. I haven't had them on in a while. No, you're not lying here. You know that. You got an attraction to my screen in here. Jumped on one of my screens in here. Got to take out my screen. All my areas have LED lights in them. I just don't use them all the time. This whole area has LED lights. Run from the back, front, everywhere. And I can see where he's been in here messing. Because under my desk, I have LED lights. And he's been touching my LED lights under my desk. Yep. Sure enough, this is Taco's work right here. Or maybe this is my work. Sorry, Taco. I think this is my work. Because I got this over type of cable. Yeah, that's my work. Sorry, Taco. My bad. You see, you're blaming me for stuff I didn't even do. Okay, let's see why you don't want to go into your little housing unit. There we go. That's my fault, Taco. My bad. I put that wire through. I fished it right through my freaking line. Took out my lights underneath my whatchamacallit. Now, real quick, if you're doing chasers and your setup, these chaser lights, you can only run 3 of them, daisy chain at a time. Once you hit that 4th, they go dim. So you're going to have a second power unit in order to keep them nice and bright, because if not, they go dim on you once you hit that 4th. We got quite a few running through here. I used to have them running through the whole floor, but I became a headache to keep replacing them bad boys. I kept tripping over and damaging them. You had to walk in here a certain way. Nah, I had to go. I love that chair. I spent some time in here. Why is my LED lights under my chair ain't hooked up? Oh, wait. Are we gaming in here today? We may do some demonstrations in here today. I don't know. I'm showing screens off downstairs. You haven't seen the other half. The other half are upstairs. Big ones are upstairs. So I have my levitating screen pretty soon. What is all this mess here? Entanglement is a mess. Oh, we have to come here, clean this up. This can't go on. This is just too much. And what is this going to begin with? Sorry, people. I got a thing about having wires and stuff all twisted and disarranged like some freaking nuts. I'll get to this later on because this is a mess. That's got to be cleaned up. I got to get a line in here to control that wire twist up. You can't be having that. That's not going to work for me at the end of the day. Okay, let's see if we get you in here because my chair is supposed to lighten up. My chair's not lighting up. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, because the only 3 sets of LED lights we're supposed to have in here is my chair, my projector, and my desk. So the only things that light up in this room right here. Fortunately, we got to keep that room shut because of this guy over here, Bob the electrician. So I'm probably going to do some demonstrations in here. Now I got to get my chaser. I want to put chasers in here, but I don't want it too much. I don't want to put too much in here. I'm going to keep some lights in here settled. I don't know how we're going to set these up yet. Yeah, this is going to look nice. Once we get that other projector in here, this one look real nice. All right, so I'll shut this off because we don't need this running because we're not going to be in here. I'm leaving the Dreamcast on because I plan to come back and game on that later on. Okay, Taco's room. We got to work on Taco's room. Taco's going to be pretty easy. I think I'm going to turn Taco's room into a jungle. That's what we're going to do with his, turn his room into a jungle. All right, so just want to show you where we're going to be at today because I'm not doing it. The testing up here, I love doing it up here, but like I said, I can't stand having my house cluttered up, stuff piled up on top of each other. Drives me nuts. I got to get to that little section over there today. And this is what happens when my lights, these got to be taken out. I got to take all these lights out. As a matter of fact, are these chasers? I got to remove these because my lights upstairs, the remote control triggers these off. It doesn't touch the rest of the lights, so these are the only ones I'm having problems with. If you notice, the one thing you have when you run multiple LED lights through your house, some lights are going to trigger off other lights. Remote controls are definitely going to do it. They're going to trigger them off left and right. That's why I don't use remote controls in my house because to reset all the lights is a nightmare. The freaking tech room had a certain amount of lights running through the floor and everything, and it was going off a certain way. And if I hit any lights down here, any remote controls, it would trigger all the lights up upstairs. So you have to be careful when you're setting your lights up, because certain lights will trigger off other ones. The only ones now we're having a problem with are these. So I got to take these lights out, strip them out. I got a box right here, the new ones. I always keep a box of new ones around me. Let me see what my box of new ones are at. Here we go. We got a box of new ones right here. Taco, why you always worry you're not supposed to be at? These are the new ones right here. We're going to put them over here. These lights are going to come out. I got to get rid of them. They got to go because I can't put them anywhere in the house. They're going to trigger off. So we got to get the same lights we have here at the bottom, but I need chasers. Let's see the chasers. That's what I need chasers. No. I don't want to put chasers. I don't want to put too many chasers in the arcade room. We're going to put some nice set of lights in there. So I guess I'll go with whatever we use to light these up. Some of these lights are so freaking dim. Let's see something. This one's a little brighter than this. My kitchen, yeah, I got pink lights in my kitchen. This is the Mommy Vice style. This is what I'm doing for the kitchen. I haven't done working on here yet. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that Mommy Vice look to it in here. Like you stepped up to the bar, like, yeah, let me get a vodka katana. And I don't drink, so I'm just naming stuff. And let me get a Hennessy. And the bartender was serving right there. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm doing this whole section for Mommy Vice. I like that whole, remind me of Grand Theft Auto. You remember you first played Grand Theft Auto? And you remember you played in the old gritty city? And then you got the Grand Theft Auto and you saw the neon lights and how beautiful the city was? That's what this reminds me of. Literally, this is what it reminds me of. Let me put these back to where they're supposed to be at. There we go. That pink right there. I think I might do the bottom half in blue and do these in pink right there. Matched up a little bit. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go on eBay. We're going to do some shopping. And we're going to get some Mommy Vice. I'm going to put some neon right across your neon sign right here. And we'll probably put some blue at the bottom because this is too much pink in here. I'm going to set up like back in the... I wonder if I can buy all the old stuff. Like I can get some of these stuff in here. I do have... Let me see if I can find them. Oh, I do have them right here. I never used these. I got these. I told you I'm a collector. So I got these at a thrift store. I never used them. These right here are old Coca-Cola cups from back in the day. Yep. I don't know what date these might be. I'm not sure. Let me turn my lights on so you can see. Look at all the pink on it. I collect, man. I got stuff like this laying all around my house, man. These are the old cups from back in the day. I never really enjoyed them. I'm getting older now, so now I'm going to opening up a lot of my stuff because I'm never going to sell it, never. But these are the old Coca-Cola cups. I forgot I even had these. I'm going to start using these. These are the originals. Never used them. Forgot them. I've seen a few people with these showing them off. Old Coca-Colas from back in the day. Man, I gotta start enjoying my stuff, man. I tell you, I ain't gonna be taking it with me when I pass on, so I might as well just enjoy it now. So I think on my birthday coming up, I'm gonna open up probably about 30 or 40 of my vintage toys. I'm never gonna sell them, never. But I'm gonna use a couple of my cups. Now, sad thing about it is I really can't have soda anymore. I had to go. But I can have a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm just going to get a little bit of Coca-Cola and christen my cups. Just a little bit. Oh, man. I forgot I even had these bad boys, too. That's the reason why I don't allow my cat on top of the countertop to come and break my stuff. Yeah. You're going to kill me. I'm going to put a little area for him where he can have this little section up. So what we're going to do is we're going to move all this stuff out of here. All that's going to come out of here. That's going to be Taco's little section right there. We're going to put a little section in there where he can go right there, have a little privacy. Maybe put a piece of newspaper on the wall so he can read from there. Oh, a little trick real quick. For those of you who have cats, I have some people say, oh, you got your cat box in the litter in the kitchen. We don't smell it. You know why we don't smell it? Because I got one cat. You know what I use? You see that multi-step over there? That's designed for 4 or 5 cats. That right there. That 4 or 5, that stuff is strong because you're going to put that on, everybody messes up and breathing a little bit. But that's designed for 4 or 5 cats. So imagine, that's for 4 or 5 cats and only one cat's using it. Yeah, that's how you kill that scent. You have it for one cat only. But yeah, that's his little box right over there. We're going to set up a nice little private little bathroom over here for him. Give him a nice little red curtain area we can go in, because he's smart. He'll go right into that curtain area, and then we'll have a little piece of newspaper up there for him to read. I can't stand that commercial. What's it called? Procrastinating. Are you kidding me? You're too lazy to go in and clean up your freaking cat dish. Don't even bother getting a cat to begin with. They need that to be clean constantly all the time. And people procrastination. Now I can see if you're a senior citizen, you're elderly, you know what I mean? It's hard for you to bend over and do things like that. I can see about having an automatic cat cleaner. I can understand that. But if you're young and vibrant and you're out there doing yoga and reading books and whatever they had in that commercial, and that woman didn't want to go clean up that dish, come on now, that's just trifling. Go put on some rubber gloves and clean that mess. If you're out in the park cleaning up behind your dog, you're sure enough from going to the litter box and clean that too. Ain't that right, Taco? Don't make no sense, lazy humans. Says lazy humans. Talking about procrastination. Clean the freaking litter box. I get the one that has the clumps. Clumps up. That's the one I like the most. Yeah, we're gonna break open these cups right here, Taco. We got us up an 8-piece set. We're gonna start the first decorations for the kitchen. We're gonna retro the kitchen out. Let's see. So I'm gonna fire up one of my projectors. It's early for me. I just woke up. Literally, I went to sleep. I think I fell asleep at 7 and just woke up. Let's see what remote control we got here. I know the PS4 is running over there. So it ain't that one. We got to get our sleeves for our fire stick too. Is it this one? No, it ain't that one. Wait, it's got to be this one. This is what we're going to put upstairs. We're going to put one of these up here. Is it this one? No, we got to turn our lights on. We can't see Jack in here with the lights off. Yeah, should be this one. Unless we're in the wrong outlet. That could... No. We just had this thing on today. That can't be it. We just had it fired up today, so that cannot be it. There we go. Freaking Alexa's all late to fire up. I'm pressing the button like, what the freak is supposed to be on right now? This is a screen I barely ever show off. I'm going to start showing this more off. So I got to get it outside. We had a really good rainstorm. I mean, the screens went through some stuff today. And I can see he just smacked the living daylights out of my projector running past it. I ain't worried about it. Just push it right back in place. That's all. He just bumps it from time to time. That's basically about it. But this one, I never do any demonstrations off. This is acoustic. My speakers are behind the back. That's why you don't see my speakers stonehinging through my area. I got to do some better wire management. So I got to come over, because I have so much stuff I do, I never get around to doing this. That needs to be managed. This is already, well, my wires are coming in right there, but that's got to be better wired up. All this has got to be hidden. I'll get around to it. I keep saying I'll get around to it, never get around to it. Let's see. So this is what we got. We're going to get one of these upstairs. I would like to pay the $60 that I paid for this one, but eventually I'm probably going to have to pay probably get one for 100 and 150 bucks. I'm going to put a new lamp in from the door too. Ends of the earth. Ends of the earth. You'll find something you don't want to find at the end of the day. I love when people go exploring. I mean, keep in mind, you need those people to do the exploring, because without them, you wouldn't be to know what's out there in the world. But it couldn't be me. I couldn't be doing it. Man, I saw this episode where these guys got into this submarine the size of a trash can, decided to drop down to the depths of the ocean looking for this massive shark. They call it a demon shark. You ever seen one of these things before? It's real. It's definitely real. 60-foot shark, black shark, with I think yellow eyes or something. They call it a demon shark. Look it up. But anyway, it lives down in this really deep part in the ocean. These jokers decided to get into this little makeshift trash can with a mechanical arm attached to it, and let's put a large piece of fish or tuna to attract something that big to a little submarine that we're floating around in the bottom of the ocean. And that's what they did, and they attracted something pretty big. That's the first time we saw. So I saw one. I saw a demon shark, and that thing just, you seen where it went past? You just saw part of the eye, and the rest of it was all freaking fish. Now, what's the first thing it's going to jump on? It's going to think it's something to eat, because these sharks are predators. That's all they do. They're eating machines. They're the most advanced eating machines. So, of course, yeah, tax the tuna. And, of course, the good thing about it is, lucky, that the arm that they had, it was attached to the submarine, detached in an emergency. If not, they all would have been killed. They come up out of the water, half breathing, and some of them are crying, the other praying, and the other half is happy because of what they found. And Yeah, I couldn't be me. But then again, like I said, at the end of the day, it takes people like that to find out the new things in the world. Because without them, you really wouldn't know what's out there. You need the explorers to do that kind of stuff. But it couldn't be me to do it. No way in the world. But you got to give them that much. You can't call them idiots because at the end of the day, you need them. Because without them, we wouldn't even know anything about the world if it wasn't for them. Don't get me started on the first space shuttle thing. I don't want to get involved. And I'm already in a couple of conspiracy theories on freaking Facebook on talking about the moon landing. You know how I feel about that one already. There's just some things in there we'll discuss later on, but I have time about how I feel. I'm sorry. I don't think the moon landing was real. Everybody's got their own opinion, but I really don't feel it was real. I really don't. It's just taking us too long to go back to the moon. I was born in 1968. I think we did it in 1969. So just from off, like I said, everybody's got a right to their own theory, but that's how I feel. I feel it didn't happen. I people may think that my theories may be a little crazy, but I think that I think Area 51, there's no such thing as aliens. Come on. If there were aliens, we would have been had contact by now. Are you kidding me? We took an advanced alien race that can travel from one distant galaxy to the next, doesn't pop in and say hello. Are you kidding me? They just come in, they put in crop dust fields, which we all know was fake to begin with, and just rare sightings, and that was it? You got that kind of power and you don't flex it on that level? Come on. You got to be kidding me. You wouldn't make yourself known if you had that kind of power to begin with. No. No, I don't believe in that nonsense. I think what it is basically, it's more like I'm testing aircrafts that the government may have, basically testing out equipment and stuff like that. Like I said, if you go back to like the Egyptian fly an Apache helicopter through there, what would they think it was? There you go. There's no way in the world they would look at it. They'd probably worship and think it was a god at the end of the day. They probably would think it was a god, but think about it. So you take now the technology that we had that we don't know about, that they're developing every single day, things that we don't even know that they have. How would we react to if we seen something like that? We call it a UFO at the end of the day. Same thing. Right, there you go. So if you were in Egypt and you were building the one of the pyramids and you saw a stealth bomber blow through there, you'd be like, oh, what the freak? You never seen anything fly like that before. The first thing you would note it as, and it would have to be a god. You would worship it. Literally, they would probably worship it. Now today, with all the technology we got today, people think they've seen everything. You haven't seen everything because there's stuff that you don't even know about that comes out. You see something like that blow up, you're like, oh, that's got to be a UFO. That's the only way you can explain it. It's the only way your mind can actually accept what it is. So when people sit there and say, well, how do you know the moon landing wasn't real? Well, put it this way. All right. Number one, when it took off from the moon, there was no craters. There was no dust. There is no wind, and gravity does not create wind at all, period. So the flag is moving back and forth. That right there, that theory right there is a huge red flag. Mind you, when they took off to the moon, they had the space shuttle on top of a rocket. The rocket had to break the Earth's atmosphere, break the Earth's gravitation pull, and then basically had to land on the moon and then basically take off from the moon, and it had dropped into the ocean where it sent off a beacon. Coast Guard went to go pick it up. The technology we have now, they can basically take off and come back in and land. So the technology we have now is far more advanced than what we had where they said we first launched. So they're saying that we're going to the moon in 2025. Why we have to go in 2025 when the technology we have is far more advanced than what we have now? If we did it in, I think, 1969 or 1969, around that area, if we did it at that time, why can't we do it now with the technology advancements we have now? People back then at that particular era weren't really connected like the way we are connected now. People walk around and they carry cell phones, and you have a portable TV. Think about it. You're a reporter. If you understand, you walk around with a cell phone, you're an actual reporter. You can record something in real time while it's happening, download it, put it on the net. Millions of people will see it. Boom, just like that. Back then, they didn't have that technology. You believe whatever they said on TV. They said this happened, that happened. I think what happened was when the Russians launched Sputnik, you got a lot of conspiracies going around. You don't have computers and technology we have today where you can research everything and find out whether or not something's true or not. You don't have that back then. You're just going by what the media is telling you or what people are saying to you. So now they got this satellite floating around, unmanned satellite floating around, and people thinking they're spying on the Americans and all that other crazy nonsense that went on in that particular era. So I mean, of course, yeah, you gotta show that you're gonna beat the space race. And people are saying, well, why? At the end of the day, you look at Area 51, people think there's aliens down there. There's no freaking aliens in Area 51. Like I said, a supreme being, you have that kind of power where you can basically move from universe to universe to universe anytime you want with that kind of power. You don't just pop in and go, hey, guess what? We exist. Especially when you consider the fact that if you look at the way the Earth is, the Earth, you're not going to have everybody peaceful and harmony. You're going to have people that are constantly at war with each other, You always got somebody wanting more, wanting to take more from somebody else. You think they don't have the same thing? And if they had another universe out there, they had certain aliens that were aliens. Some areas were peaceful aliens. So what are the odds of one of these freaking warships popping up in the middle of Earth saying, look, you know what? We're just going to take over your planet because at the end of the day, we consider you guys to be pets. None of that stuff that's ever popped up. Only movies and experiences and that. I think what they have on Area 51, and a lot of people talked about it too, I think Area 51 is the most guarded facility on the face of the planet. I think it's probably more than that, but yeah, that one is heavily, heavily guarded. Theory, what I think it is at the end of the day, I think it's basically the props that they use for the moon landing in Area 51. So any place you can climb over a gate and get shot from the government can actually shoot you on sight if you climb over the gate. That's what I feel what it is. And I'm in a forum site with other people. We've got some other people in there that may be government officials. I don't know. I don't ask any questions. It's none of my business at the end of the day. But it's America, freedom of speech. Everybody got a right to say what they want to say. And that's what I like about the room. No one goes in there and basically dismisses anyone's theories. We all have discussions in there. These are adults. No one's in there slamming anybody, calling them crazy, this, that, and the other. No. People are allowed to their own opinions, and this is we share our opinions, and people are allowed to talk about their one. People have other crazy theories where they think aliens exist. The other half think they don't exist, but we don't call them crazies. Everybody has a right to believe in what they want to believe in. And at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of people sharing their opinions and discussing as adults, and that's what we do. That's what I like about that particular room I go into, and I chat in that particular room. But that was my theory right there at the end of the day, that no, we had the technology. We did it back then, considering the fact that the technology we had back then was so old, but to what we have now, why does we have to wait so long? How come we haven't visited the moon right now? Because I sure enough would love to be able to go, to be able to travel. I mean, right now, a man can spend, that's a lot of money, $8 million, 5 million, something's crazy, something like that. They got that new one now. They had William Shatner on. These people built this unit. They didn't even go to the government. They built this particular shuttle to be able to take off and go out into space. I thought that was absolutely incredible. When you get to a point where bottom line is that people are now, these people of great minds are now constructing these machines to be able to go into outer space. That is amazing. Because I think one day everybody should have a chance to be able to see, rich or poor, should be able to see what the Earth looks like on the other side before they pass off the Earth. Wouldn't it be wonderful? But anyway, as I said before, that with all the technology we have today, how come we haven't been to the moon? I mean, apparently, if you can land on it, it's one of the areas that doesn't have a lot of temperamental environments. I mean, some areas have extreme cold, extreme heat. You have some areas where it's just unbearable to live on. But the moon is survivable. If it happened, it would be survivable, which means it's possible that they could build stations on it. That'd be nice, but then that'd be another place for man to go and jack up, because we would jack it up at the end of the day. The only thing that worries me about going, if we had the ability, say we had the ability to be able to go to other planets, what would bother me is the parasites, diseases, things that would be on the planet that our bodies are not used to being exposed to. That's what would bother me. And they've been trying to find life on another planet. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, people. But that's my theory. But everybody, like I said, in this room has a discussion. People believe they are going to find life on it. Some people believe they don't. But I'm always fascinated by outer space. I've always been since day one. Always been fascinated by it. About watching the stars. The first thing I do when I'm on VR is the first thing that I strap in. I go to outer space. I go to the moonwalk and everything. I just love the fact of seeing all that up there. It's how beautiful it is. But yeah, man, I really now we have space stations. We have those. We have space stations and all that good stuff, but we're not even. I don't know why we haven't visited the moon. So that's my theory right there. Everybody got their own theory, and that's why when we have people come into the room, people have some crazy theories in some of the rooms. I don't sit there and go, yeah. At the end of the day, you should be wearing a tinfoil hat and talking to your cat. Well, pretty much with me, be talking to my cat. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, I don't do that. I don't dismiss anybody's theory. Everybody has a right to what they want to believe in, and if that's what you believe in the day, and that's what floats your boat, and that's what gets you up in the morning, you know what I mean, and smile on your face, I'm not going to be the one to step on it. Enjoy. You know what I mean? I'm just going to discuss with you because, hey, at the end of the day, I can learn something from you, and you can learn something from me. I'm not quick to step on anyone's theory on that one. All right, well, I gotta strip all my lead lights out of my freaking kitchen. I think I'm gonna do them this time, differently this time, but I'm gonna strip all lights out of the kitchen for these, get rid of these, put the new ones in. And the screen behind me, we're gonna turn that to an acoustic, because I do want to put an acoustic. Oh, I found a projector. The Ultra, I told you I wanted a mini Ultra short throw projector. I found one. I found a company that makes it, and it's name brand. I'll be showing it to you as soon as I go pick it up. Yes, I have one. Yes, I knew somebody had to make one of them. I mean, come on. An ultra short, because they had the 235.1 setting on it, but who cares? No. It did display a somewhat 235.1 stretch image. So I got to do some more research on it, but I'll show you exactly what I got. But yeah, it is beautiful. It's named by a name brand company. It is an ultra short throw mini projector. I knew someone had to make one. Now they just got to make a 235.1 tension screen. That'd be nice. All right, well, I've rambled on for long enough. It's about probably 1 o'clock right now. I'll start shutting down around 4 and be back up because I just got up. I'm gonna do some fry because I didn't get a chance to blow anything up, get myself a hot cup of tea, and enjoy the rest of my whatever this is. All right, with that being said, later on we'll do some Dreamcast off the other screen. We still got the acoustic to do. We're having the Christmas sale on the website, and customers have been waiting for tracking numbers. You'll be getting it really soon. Oh, one other thing too. We might not be shipping overseas. The Varian, man, is a piece of work, and it is. On the people that stand on the business end, we see it completely different. It's a nightmare for us right now. Right now, I'm getting through it. I'm okay. But I hope everybody else in business, if you're on eBay or whatever, you're simply some kind of ripple effect. Just make sure you check with the United States Postal Service on where you can ship a package to, because I lost about $500 a day. Because packages went out and they got denied overseas. They got sent back to us. So we're still waiting to get our merchandise back. But until then, it's somewhere in Buffalo, New York, some kind of an international hub over there. They're not moving. They're staying right there. So I don't know what's going on with that. So until then, we gave the customers back their money. The money went back to them because it's not their fault at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we shipped it out to them. They were expecting it. And they just didn't make it to destination. So now we need to go to the post office and figure out exactly what countries we cannot ship to because of that. Australia, definitely we can't ship to. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Australia is already blocking any packages coming from the U.S. right from the door, or any other place they're blocking. So we got to figure out how many countries are on here. And it may get to a point where it might end up like last year, we couldn't accept any packages from overseas. So let's see what happens from there. With the United States, we're okay. We're good. But anything overseas, it's going to be a problem. So if you are a merchant, you sell on eBay, have a website, whatever, you may want to go in, contact the post office. I went through eBay. eBay, mind you, we're right now getting a little upset with eBay with PayPal, because PayPal sent us a confirm that we can ship to Australia, which we did. Should have checked with the post office first, but usually, you're not going to check every package with the post office, especially when the confirms are coming through. And we go in and we send the package through. Everything's good. It's not the customer's fault. They're not their fault. I blame it all. And then the customer says they never got the package. So we go and we do a detailed tracking, and we found out the package is sitting in limbo. It's right there. It's not going anywhere. It never passed customs. It never even made it into customs. They got it before it went into customs. So then we're thinking like, okay, was the address incorrect? They sent us their address. Address is matching perfectly. There's no problem. Customer did everything correctly. We did everything correctly. We go back, we check the detail receipt. Now it's saying unconfirmed. Well, PayPal, you should have told us from beginning with. Well, PayPal says, well, we didn't get that information update from the post office, telling us we can't ship here and there and so on and so on. So their little bulletin that they had to go through. So because of that, 2 of the packages got sent back. Customers got their money back. And we have lost out on merchandise because we don't even know where the packages are at right now. Even through the detailed shipping, we can't track those bad boys. So I don't know. So we just leave it at that. But as for shipping United States, we never had that problem at all whatsoever. It's the overseas that comes the problem. That's what it comes to. Down here in the United States, not a problem. We can ship anywhere we want. We did it in COVID. Once you get overseas, they have certain policies and restrictions on how they do things over there. And if you conflict with any one of those policies and what they have, your order may not be going over. So until right now, I'm going to go in and check. We already know 3 countries already are not going to be able to ship to. Once we figure out exactly how many they are, if there's enough of them, we're going to cancel all overseas orders right from the door until they can get whatever this is, figure out whatever it is and get it under control. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, it is going to be, not to scare you to death, but I told you, man, you know, people want to go out and party with no mask on and this, that, and the other and think everything's cool. This is a virus, man. These things basically mutate into other weirder and interesting, freaky things. And it's only a number of times I sat there and told people, I said, look, it's only a matter of time when one of these bad boys are going to pop up and they're going to be smarter than the rest of them. And sure enough, one did. That Overcrombie, whatever they call that thing, that name of it, good gracious, are you freaking kidding me? I'm seeing the same ripple effect that I'm seeing that we saw the first time COVID came on the market. Two of my stocks dropped. Now I dropped to the point where I'm going to lose my shirt, but it did drop. It took a hit. But like I said, this is something else. And like I said, now the reason why these countries are shutting down this fast and this quick because they learned from the mistake from the first virus that popped up, which was COVID, the original. Because everybody hesitated, a lot of people lost their lives over it. That's all. This is my personal feeling. Everybody got their own beliefs. It's up to you, but this is how I feel. A lot of people died over it. People forget about the 500,000 people that perished over this and this virus. Everybody's so worried about think about the people that didn't get a chance to get the vaccine, who didn't even get a chance. Think about those people. Before you start thinking about yourself, you think about those individuals who had mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and everything who never had the chance to get the vaccine. And now they're going, never coming back. So we got to take this seriously, man, because like I said, these things are going to keep regenerating and keep regenerating. That's what we're going to keep doing. They're going to jump from host to host to host and keep regenerating. It's going to keep going. It's going to be a while, man. It's going to be a while, man. That's why I put my faith in God every single day. That's why, you know, when I got people, like I said, you know, one individual was going to taunt me, and I'm going to bring it up on that level, but taunt me, and I hope his family's okay. I never wish anything evil on anybody like that, regardless whether it be Partey, Jamie, whatever. I don't. But word-wise, I wouldn't be going out jumping from vacation here and there with this kind of craziness popping up, because you never know when these little nasty hits are going to pop up and change into something completely different that you've never even seen before. Thank God. I'm praying that whatever this thing is, and scientists are right now trying to figure out, the main key thing is the vaccine going to be able to handle it? I think it is. I really do. I think it is. If God was going to wipe us off the planet, we would have been gone by now. Like I said, people panic about that. A lot of people think that this is the way the world's going to end. Nah, it's not going to end that way. Read your Bible, people. At the end of the day, stop doing your own theories. Read your Bible. When you read your Bible and you read what goes on in the last days in the Bible, you might be a little happy for this one, because in the last days, it's going to be pretty bad. I don't even want to be here to begin with. I'm hoping I'm in heaven when all this goes down, because it's going to be bad. I mean, really bad. You're going to see the devil and the stuff pop out of the ocean. You're going to see things you've never even seen before. It's gonna make a nightmare look like a Disney display. Read Old Testament. Read our Revelations in the Bible. Read that. That is a complete nightmare. But like I said, you know, I'm not trying to scare you at the end of the day, but it is what it is, people. That's why I don't worry about this kind of stuff at the end of the day. And put your faith in God, walk out the door, and do what you have to do. I tell you, I give hats off to all of y'all who basically get up every day in the morning and go out there and do what you got to do. And you work for, people work for the city and police officers and all that stuff. You got to be out there every single day dealing with it. You know what I mean? Hats off to y'all. Me, I'm just in the house doing what I have to do. But like I said, all that traveling and stuff and all that, people, once you go on, oh, heck no. You freaking kidding me? No. No. Yeah, like I said, we want to have. There's supposed to be only 6 of these. It was supposed to be 6. We're up to 10 of them. Half of them I didn't even know even existed. I didn't even know there were a couple more of them. I was like, what the freak is that one? Never even heard of that. But eventually they did pop up. They weren't as powerful as the rest of them. So when they popped up, like I said, my stock stayed the same. We had no problem shipping overseas. Everything was good. The only one we had a problem with was COVID. That was the only one, the first one. The minute this other one popped up, oh man, I went up and checked my Robinhood account. I saw my stocks drop, and I was like, what the freak is going on? Usually stocks will drop when you have a war or something like that, a catastrophe, something like that will cause a stock drop. This thing literally dropped some stocks like crazy. And then that's when I went online and I found out about the new variant. And that's when I found out the countries were shutting down over it. Yeah. But don't worry about it. We're all going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Oh, I got a remote control in here. Definitely going to get through it. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's the first time the world's been through stuff like this. I mean, come on, you had the Cuban Missile Crisis in the 1980s. You had the superpowers between Russia and America. Everybody thought we were going to have a nuclear war. You know, they made a movie called what was it called? It came on TV. I think it was on CBS or whatever. I think it was called The Last Days. That's what it was. Freaking scared the living crap out of me. I mean, literally scared the crap out of me. I think we're going to have a nuclear war. At any given time, these superpowers have all these nuclear warheads. And at any given time, you got between Russia and America, and they were going at it. I mean, they were literally going at it. I mean, you thought it was like a certain amount of time when one of these jokers was going to actually pull one of these switches, with turn the keys or something, but it never even happened, you know? And all that crazy stuff that goes on, you know what I mean? But the reason why none of that stuff is never going to happen because we are all being saved for Judgment Day. That's why. That's why you can talk about nuclear bombs. You can talk about World War III and World War IV. You can build giant bombs designed to blow up and take out the entire world. You can't destroy something that's not yours at the end of the day. The earth belongs to God. It's not yours. Just like your life is not yours, it belongs to him. When you pass on, you do not come back. You don't have that option. You leave and that is the end of it. Just like the world, it belongs to him. When he says it's ready to go, it's ready to go. That's why all this stuff that's going on in the world, man cannot destroy the world. Only God can do it. He can damage it, yes he can, but he can't destroy it. Not going to happen. That's all. That's the way I see it. That's my personal opinion right there. So I don't get worried about all this stuff that goes on in the world. It's sad that it's going on. You know what I mean? You got to be cautious about everything that's going on. But at the end of the day, I don't let it destroy my life because at the end of the day, like I said, God has control over everything. All right, people. I got a bunch of lights strength there. I think I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to light the freaking phone. I think I'm going to do the, yeah, I think I'm going to change my lights out. Yeah, should I change my lights out in my fridge? I wonder if I change them over to pink, what would happen? Would I change my food? Huh. Thinking about something here. If I am going to do, I'm going to get a new range. I might get a new range in the new oven and change it out. Get something different. I don't know. Let me think about it. I got things to do right now. I got to light. My kitchen is a little dark. I want to light up a little bit more. I want some more LED lights in here. I want this place to look like the whole thing when Mommy Vice came on. The whole, everything lit up. So I got some work to do in here. I'm going to light this place up. And then I got to go shopping on eBay and get some retro stuff. If you're selling retro stuff on eBay, I will be checking out your setup. So I'll be buying from you, just to let you know. People have stuff, and I like to buy from people that think that nobody will buy from them, especially people get a new account for the first time and they need that new sale. I like to buy from them. Not like hearing that ka-ching, like you got that order that comes through. All right, well, with that being said, people, I know I talk too much, but that's the kind of person I am. I chatty catty, that's what I do. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get ready to size up my screen in here because we start building the levitation screen. I got to get my customers ready for ship out. And yes, I paid for that detail shipping. That thing is freaking amazing. I got $10 a year. That's what I'm paying. So $10 a year. When your tracking number goes through, I get bulletins that go through my account all day long telling me where your package is at. Every freaking time they move that package, I get a notification. Should have did that a long time ago. So now I know where to track your packages at. And if you need that information yourself, I'll show you how to do it. You want to pay the extra, to pay for the detail tracking is really cheap. It's like $10 for like, I think 10 years, something like that. I'll show it to you. $10 for 10 years. And that will give you detailed information on tracking your packages anywhere they go. All right, that being said, I got to get at it real quick. I got some more work to do down here. I'm doing some more lighting up, and we got to get ready for Christmas. Thank you all for your time. Got to go, and we're having the Christmas sale on the website. Right now, The best I can do is I got to get a hold of the post office and say exactly what countries we can ship to, and we'll post those countries we're allowed to ship to. If you are under one of those countries, you can place the order. If you can't, I do apologize. I don't even know how you would even do it. Like, I don't know if you could go to somebody in the U.S. and they could buy it, maybe they could do it that way, but I don't know how in the world they're going to get it past customs, because customs is blocking everything. So I don't know how that's going to even work. Well, we'll see. We'll find out. We'll work it through. All right, gotta go, and God bless. Be safe. Theory.